Welcome to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Where we'll hang out and discuss all things fantasy football.
Go rock this thing, huh? Love you, man. Go get it.
We'll give our best fantasy advice, predictions, insights, and more.
Play our game. All right? Play hard, but stay poised. Get it done.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. The show starts with Devin, Rick, and Quinn right now.
And welcome, Fantasy Football First fans.
How's it going? We got a great episode for you today.
That's right.
Something new coming out.
Hump Day Wednesday, and you're probably going to be seeing this Thursday because we'll upload it Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But we got some buy lows, sell high.
Yeah. This is one of the more interesting things about fantasy football is the trading system.
Yeah.
And you want somebody on your team who's going to do some solid work, or you want to get rid of somebody who's done some real solid work but won't produce later on.
Yeah. I mean, this is part of the fun of fantasy football, right? Trading and, seeing if you can work out deals.
Nobody plays fantasy football to win the money, am I right?
I do.
Okay. If you do, you're normal. So, without further ado, you want to start us off, Mr. Sir?
All right. My sell high is Mr. Nicole Hardman of the Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody was enthralled with him early on. They had high expectations for him. I mean, super fast guy, drafted early last season. And
high-powered
offense. Patrick Mahomes, $500 million man. But the drawbacks are he's at best the fourth or fifth option on that team. With Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce,
and sometimes Marcus
Robinson, Edwards-Helaire.
Right.
I mean, they've got options everywhere. So, I mean, he's at best fourth or fifth. I mean, if some injuries happen, especially to Tyreek Hill, then maybe you'll see that go up. But for right now, he's just not going to do it. He had a pretty good game last week. 4 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown, which is why you sell high. You get these Nicole Hardman fans, and then they see that happen, and they get all excited.
Yeah.
But, the 2 weeks before, he had 2 for 30 and 1 for 6. I mean, there's just not enough targets and stuff to go around. He doesn't see the field enough. He's going to have to hit that home run ball to make it happen, and he's going to just be way too inconsistent for the rest of this year, unless an injury happens. And so if you can find someone to take him after a really good week, maybe package him with someone else and pick yourself up a better receiver or better running back. A lot of people want a piece of that high-powered offense.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not the piece you want, though. But after this good game, people will see...
basically in the first 3 rounds went Tyreek Hill, Edwards-Helaire, and Patrick Mahomes. And then that's the Chiefs offense, and you think there's nobody left. And then you were sneaking, hoping to get Nicole Hardman in the end. He doesn't end up. He just got his touchdown. He's starting to look better.
Yeah. Well, just like the first game of the season, it was Sammy Watkins. And then everybody wanted Sammy Watkins. This week, hopefully you'll have some... I mean, it only takes one person in your league. It's not like you have to convince 9 or 10 or 11 other people in your league to get this dude. If one person's interested, then don't package him up. Like I said, that's why I said package him. Because if you're adding him in, it makes it, okay, I'm getting this guy and this guy for just this guy, and you might find someone in your league to do that.
Yeah. Oh, me next, huh? Sell high. I have Mike Evans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This would be interesting to find out why you...
Mike Evans is with a new/old, get it? Yeah. Quarterback, Tom Brady. And they just haven't been on the same level. If you watch that first game, all those targets towards him, and he just didn't catch.
Yeah.
The good thing about him is he has 4 touchdowns. 3 of those are less than 2 yards receiving.
Yeah.
3 of those, one of them went for 2 and the other 2 went for 1 yard.
Yeah.
Those have barely, not the first week it hasn't got you by, but the second week it barely got you by with just his touchdown volume. Okay. But he has 108 yards total, and that's what you'd expect for him to get 1 game. And it's been 3 weeks. And he just hasn't been on the same level. Plus there's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of running backs, a lot of tight ends. Other wide receivers right there.
And Brady likes to spread it out, too. He's always known that. Never been like that.
Brady doesn't like to play fantasy. He likes to play football. He likes to win. Yeah, and the week that he did do good, he was against the Panthers defense, which is pretty beat up. They get ramaged all over the place. I think it's good to sell him now because I don't see anything happening for him. I think it's still Chris Godwin going up. Rob Gronkowski's starting to get better on that team. The running backs are being used more. I think now's the time to sell Mike Evans while nobody's looking
up.
Yeah. Now, for a guy like Mike Evans versus Nicole Hardman, I mean, obviously he's a much bigger name. You're going to want to sell him for something bigger, or maybe for a running back, or depends on what you need. Whereas Nicole Hardman, you're not going to get as much for it. So make sure you're valuing these trades fairly. I mean, obviously you want to try to make a fair trade for both sides, but don't sell him on the cheap. This is not what this is about. We're not trying to sell him on the cheap. You're trying to sell him while he's got value, to get him at least equal value of another type of player that's going to get you the same that you think is going to be throughout the season, has a better opportunity.
What definitely helps here is his name, right?
Yes.
Mike Evans, throughout the years of fantasy. Just don't think it's going to get better for him.
All right. Mike Evans. Who you got, Devin?
My guy, sell high. I got Robby Anderson.
Ah, yeah.
Right now, he's ranked number 5.
Yes.
He's ahead of Tyreek Hill, ahead of Adam Thielen. I just don't see that staying. It's not a very high-powered offense. He had one big game. Besides that, I mean, they're, okay games. But DJ Moore hasn't had a good start to the season. I see DJ Moore climbing to the top a little bit as the season progresses, and Robby Anderson going a little bit down. I mean, for Robby Anderson, if you sell him, you can get someone like Cooper Kupp if you're lucky. So, sell him.
If you could take Robby Anderson and another player and package him for named player,
maybe somebody
2
who
for
hasn't
1
played
2 for 1.
Really right now, Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put him.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Depends. I mean, some of these guys, if they're 0-3 in their league or 1-2, they might be feeling a little desperate. Got to make a play, especially if they have a Michael Thomas. And if he doesn't play this week, I mean, he's out again. And so if you could trade Anderson and another piece for a Michael Thomas, if that owner's feeling a little desperate.
Yeah.
See if that happens.
So moving on to buy lows.
Buy lows.
Buy lows. You want to
start off?
I don't think you guys are going to agree with this one,
that's
so
fine.
I got to prepare myself real quick.
Of course.
Okay. Buy
Let's
low.
hear it. Buy low.
Kenyon Drake.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Hey, man.
No, he's definitely a buy low. I agree with you.
Hey, I was looking at Kenny Drake. He's got a nice schedule up.
And that. But I was looking at it, and the share time between Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds' share time is less than 30%, and Kenyon Drake is over 70%. So Kenyon Drake is that starting running back. So, I mean, when we were talking about Kenyon Drake a little bit before in our previous video, I mean, he's the starter. Like, that's not changing anytime soon. And, I mean, he's yet to break a long one. Usually when you see these running backs have really good games, they usually break long runs.
Yeah.
And his longest run so far this entire year is 16 yards. And, I mean, adding to that, Kyler Murray has 4 touchdowns in 3 games.
Yeah.
He's on track to have over 20 touchdowns by the end of the year, rushing touchdowns.
Which is not going to...
Yeah, that's not going to happen. He's bound to slow down at some point. So that opens up those goal line carries for Kenyon Drake. Or Chase Edmonds, but it does open up the goal line carries for him. And I mean, you could probably buy low, sell someone like Todd Gurley, who's ranked number 28 right now. His timeshare is about 50%. I don't really value him very highly. Rex Burkhead is ranked number 18 right now. Jerick McKinnon's ranked number 14 right now. So you could definitely sell these guys for someone like Kenny Drake, who's ranked number 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your buy low, sir.
My buy low is David Montgomery.
You don't say.
Yep, Chicago Bears.
Does this have to do with Tariq Cohen?
Yes, Tariq Cohen. Yeah, I think with Tariq Cohen going down, he's gone for the year. He was your pass catching back, got a few carries here and there. So I believe that David Montgomery is going to take over that whole position. That's originally what they drafted him for. At college, they wanted him to come and do all that. They already had Cohen on the team, though, so of course they're going to use him. So I think David Montgomery is going to fill in and do the whole first, second, and third down.
Well, it's not like Montgomery isn't a catcher. He can make some plays like that for sure.
Right. And Nick Foles came in and looked pretty good. I mean, a lot of times you have the backup quarterback come in and they look pretty good because the other team's not preparing for him. But this isn't your typical backup quarterback. He did win a Super Bowl. He has looked really good at times. So I think that he can open up the whole offense a little bit more, which means there's going to be more opening in the run game. Now, here's the thing, too. He's had quite a few rushes. In the first week, he's had 13 for 64 yards, 16 for 82 yards in the second week, and 14 rushes for 45 yards in the third week. So he's getting some opportunity. If you bring that up a little bit, doing the third down stuff, he may be up to 19, 20 carries. and then he was getting 1 to 3 catches per week. He could be 4 or 5 catches per week. When you have that kind of a back, you're going to have a back who's going to produce for you pretty much with whatever volume he is going to get. So,
yeah. And we should expect him to get more touchdowns too. That's his only problem.
Yeah.
With his upcoming schedule too, this next week. So if you even want to hold off one more week, they play Indianapolis Colts, who's pretty tough against the run.
Yeah.
If it's one more bad week, I mean, that owner's going to really not want him. Or you could try to work on him this week, let him have that bad week, and the next week go in and swoop him
Colts
up.
is a really tough defense. The only problem is if he does somehow explode against them.
We'll try to get him now, but if you can't,
yourself.
After the Indianapolis game, if he doesn't do well, the schedule for the rest of the season is not difficult. He's got 4 really good matchups, and the rest are, decent matchups with no tough matchups, at least at this point. So, David Montgomery.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And our final buy low
candidate.
The
main event.
I can't wait to hear it.
I have buy low Devin Singletary.
I love it.
That's it. I love it. Here's the thing. He was splitting a lot of time with Moss, and they wanted that, double thing to happen. Moss with injury goes down. Devin Singletary carries, and, his carries are getting really good. He's getting like 6 yards on the carry. And, you like to see that from a person who's on a high-powered offense.
Yes.
Now, listen to this as well. This is his schedule coming up.
Okay.
Raiders, 32nd.
Yeah.
Titans, 26. Kansas City Chiefs is 12, but they've been known to be bad. And then Jets, 28. That's a beautiful upcoming schedule for a guy who is potentially now getting into carrying the team. It was supposed to take a lot less time, I think, but he's getting more and more carries. Yeah. He's getting more targets in the catching game. I mean, Zach Moss already dealing with injury. Devin Singletary is the guy to pick up, I think.
You know how I feel about him.
Yes, do you see how he's smiling?
Very,
very excited about him.
Hey, I wasn't with him. I wasn't on the Singletary flow. It took some time, but it was a lot of
everything had to go into place for him. Obviously, I mean, he had to have that injury to Moss to have things work out.
And it's going to be a lot easier now that teams are knowing that Josh Allen can play quarterback.
Right.
That's the thing. Yeah. The coaches got to be like, you know what? They're not doing much running back. Let's ease off a little bit, and then this is where
much more high-powered offense. Once you have that, it makes it easier for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely get Devin Singletary. Plus, he hasn't fumbled.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yes.
And hold up. No, he could, but everything was basing it on when he went to camp was Devin Singletary doing all these fumbles in camp. And they're like, we don't want him. He's just going to fumble. And it's like, he hasn't fumbled, All right, Singletary.
Yep. All right, so those were our buy low, sell high candidates. So let us know what you think about these guys. You're going to pick one of them up, or let us know if you got a deal and if you did get a deal, who'd you trade for? What did you trade? Who'd you receive? Put them in the comments below. We'd love to hear it from you guys. And if you got any questions for us, put those in the comments.
Also, in the comments, go ahead and let us know if you want another person that we didn't name off that you think is a buy low, sell high, and we'll let you know if we think the same way.
Yeah, if we agree with you,
we'll let you know.
Just our comments on it.
Okay. Yeah. So if you wouldn't mind, like this video, share this video, subscribe to our videos. If you do that, you will get all of our videos coming out in the future. And if you hit the notifications bell, then you will be notified as soon as our next video comes out. We'll be having another video Friday, Saturday, and that will be our start sits. So look forward to that. And until then, remember to
finish first.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws complete. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.